Hey everyone, welcome back to the range. My name is Matt, also known as the Ammo Nerd. We have an ammunition review today in somewhat of an uncommon loading in 5.56 NATO. In full transparency, War Pig Armory sent this over from Detroit Ammunition Company. This is a 55 grain full metal jacket Subsonic. Let's throw this guy on the table and talk about what we're going to do today. Now I know what you're thinking, a 55 grain full metal jacket in 5.56 NATO at subsonic velocities. Is that going to even cycle the action? Likely no, unless you've set up some kind of specialty semi-automatic to specifically cycle these. But mainly what we're after today is we're going to see where they remain subsonic and when they go supersonic. We're going to check for bullet stability. Typically a 1 in 9 or up or faster 1 in 7 twist should stabilize this 55 grain full metal jacket at subsonic velocities. After we've done that, we'll probably step out to 100 yards to see what kind of practical accuracy we could get with this, and we'll actually shoot this suppressed if everything checks out to see what it sounds like. It's around 70 degrees outside today. We have our ProChronopal Digital as always, as well as our Garmin 0C1s. We have both those data points. A big thank you to Cabela's/Bass Pro Shop. Now this particular load will not cycle the action of our semi-automatics unless you specifically design your gun to run these, but I'm mainly curious to see if we remain subsonic going from a 7.5 inch all the way up to a 20. So up first is our 7.5 inch. This is from PSA, and we're also looking to make sure our bullet stabilizes. So I've got a target at about 12 feet. So if we see clean holes in that, that would mean our bullet is leaving our barrel stabilized. This is a 1 in 7 twist. I see good clean holes. Nice. Now onto our 10.5 inch. If I do say so, that is the advantage to our FN P90 and our FN 5.7 pistol, is that we can run some of our 55 grain bullets subsonic and get cycling, and depending on the bullet construction can do some cool things against soft body armor. So we still are subsonic, but we're gaining velocity. We want to stay under around 1115 feet per second to 1130, depending on the temperature and elevation. Is around 850 feet above sea level where I'm at. Now this has an adjustable gas system on it. I may be able to give it enough gas with the suppressor that we can get it to run. We'll have to check in a moment. Uh-oh, folks. We are supersonic. And finally our 20 inch. This is an FN premium double chrome 1 in 7 twist from PSA. Looks like we actually lost velocity on this. We're gonna have to get out the 22 inch and see what that sounds like with these, because I imagine that powder charge is gonna lose a little bit more velocity out of that 22 inch. So now that we have good clean holes in our targets, we know our barrels are stabilizing this round. Now we'll throw the suppressor on there. I've turned the gas up all the way on our RDB. Let's see if we can get it to cycle. You can hear that supersonic crack, so these are still going super. We're not cycling though. If anything, these should sound a lot better coming out of our 10.5 inch. Grab some dirt. Since we did go subsonic with our 20-inch barrel, we brought out the 22-inch on a different day to see how much more velocity we may lose with this, and just so you guys can hear how quiet these are. Oh, that one actually went supersonic. That one was not. Last reading on the Garmin was 941 to 925 on the light screen. While I will say those are quiet, they are at 100 yards, broadside of the barn, accurate. I did raise our scope elevation by about, I think, 30 or 40 MOA to get on the target, and they are just not consistent at all. My hold was right here. We had one right there, two right there, and then some drop down here, and then one drop there. I couldn't consistently hit our steel gongs at 100, so if you're going to play with this, I wouldn't count on it for being very accurate. Definitely more so for pure plinking fun. I'm not sure if the powder choice and lack of fill in the case is negatively impacting our accuracy at all, but as always, your mileage may vary. It's around 75 to 80 degrees outside today. Well, folks, there you have it. This particular load fits a very finite niche in the realm of our 5.56 NATO, and that's typically going to be for range, plinking fun only, or possibly pest control. As far as our accuracy goes, it was pretty much broadside of the barn at 100 yards. I'm not sure maybe if a 1-in-7 would help tighten those groups up or not, but they sure are quiet, especially if you're looking to introduce any new shooters to firearms so they can get a good manual of arms depending on the firearm. These subsonic rounds will do it for you. With all that being said, it's time for me to get the heck out of here. But at the end of all my videos, I take a moment to thank all those who helped make these possible, because there's a lot that goes into them. Number one is my family. Any time that I can spend with them is greatly appreciated, and they do a lot of things behind the scenes to support me. Number two are my Patreon, Subscribestar, and YouTube channel memberships. I have a campsite. In the description below, it's a landing page with different affiliate codes or discount tracking links that earn me a sales commission, and what I do with that is I put it right back in the channel. Number three is War.Pig Armory. Again, in full transparency, sent me that 5.56 NATO Subsonic from Detroit Ammunition Company to review with no strings attached. And of course, number four is you all for watching, and until next time, I'll catch you at the range.